Abbigail Wade has a genetic condition called Dystonia Type 11. What started as a small tremor in Abby's hand when she was 3 years old took 7 years of testing, MRIs, EEGs, and bloodwork to get a diagnosis, Dystonia Type 11. It is a progressive condition that causes Abby's muscles to cramp, along with twitching and jerking. Abby is now 20 years old, only 20 years old, and she has difficulty walking and must rest often, no matter the activity. Having been through so much trauma in her young life, living every day in pain, Abby continued to search for a solution, and she found it. Deep down, hope was not lost, and it was found with deep brain stimulation. Abby bravely chose brain surgery and hope for a new beginning. Abby, who are you? Not just your name, but who are you and where do you live?
My name's Abbigail Wade. I currently live in Alabama. My birthday will be in October, so I'll be 21 soon. Right now, just healing up from the surgery scars on my head. That's why I got my funny hat on. And I love art. I love what it does for people. I love what it's done for me personally. I like what you guys do. It really makes me happy.
That's great, Abby. We so appreciate you joining us today in this opportunity to share and help you bring awareness to what Dystonia Type 11 is and how it's impacted your life. And we met at the Sonic Music Festival in Columbus, Ohio, a couple of weeks ago. And your joyful energy, it was just so easy to fall in love with your energy and what you're about, and excited to support you in your long-term recovery process. You found Artists for Trauma at the music festival. How did you find our booth, and why did you feel compelled to come visit us?
Well, I always, when I'm at concerts, I always walk around to all the booths, and I love to see what people have to bring. And because it's not just a music festival, it's an art and music festival. So I get to go and experience what other people have to bring to the table. And I was walking past your booth, and just something inside me told me to come and talk to you guys. I don't know what it was. It just was something deep down. And I said, I got to tell them about my story. And so that's how it all started.
Well, I personally, as well as my team, we're so glad that you did. And we all embraced you, and we thank you for coming over and introducing yourself. You know, we know that trauma looks and feels different for everyone. And for you, Abbigail, trauma took the form of this genetic condition called Dystonia Type 11, which you're growing awareness for through your own personal experience. And for those unfamiliar, please share what living with this condition has been like for you.
Well, it didn't start out as bad as it is now. It's a progressive disorder. I was born with it, and I was diagnosed around 8 years old. And after that, I had problems writing, problems walking, problems with balance and motor control, and playing games or holding a fork even. It has progressed to the point where I cannot write anymore, and walking gets extremely tiring. It's very rare. It's 1 in a million. So I think I'm kind of, in a sense, blessed, because I was that 1 in a million. It just makes me special, I guess.
I've appreciated your positive attitude, and that's, to me, that's very much important. What it's about is the power of positivity and leaving yourself open to the possibilities of a quality recovery. And it takes faith to believe in miracles and bravery to make them happen. And Abby, you manifest this. Deep brain stimulation is a procedure that you bravely chose with the brain surgery you underwent a week ago. What gave you the strength and courage to move forward with this particular procedure?
they do, what gave me the strength is they do a lot of this with Parkinson's patients, and they see tons of approval. I'm not diagnosed with Parkinson's, but I have a condition that's really similar. And when somebody's asking me what I have, I say it's like Parkinson's disease, because it is. And they see so much improvement. And I got to the point in my life where it was really getting hard for me to get around to point A and point B, and not being able to write anymore bothers me. And I just decided to go ahead and buckle down and do the scary part and go ahead and get the brain surgery.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. I think it helps the layman, and for people who don't know, to better understand the symptoms are very similar to Parkinson's disease. You're also sharing with me that this is a multiple phase surgical process that you're in.
Mm-hmm. I just got this first part done Friday, June 2nd, and I will undergo the second part where they attach the wires to batteries that they put under my skin. And when they turn it on, it'll send electro pulse waves into my brain and stop my brain from creating those signals that causes me to shake. And so I'll get that done on July 17th at Cincinnati Children's Hospital.
Yes. I remember when you were explaining it to me at the Artists for Trauma booth, and I thought it was very smart. You were comparing it to like a pacemaker that many people get in their heart. And so if I'm understanding this correctly, this is sort of like a brain pacemaker, and it helps improve your neurocircuitry. Would you say that something like that?
It basically is the pacemaker, but for the brain.
Abby, we are so grateful that you appear to be improving so quickly, yet you did have a scare. There was a hiccup. You had to go to the emergency room. Was that scary for you?
Yeah, I was kind of scared and nervous, but I didn't know what was wrong with me, and I didn't want to worry before there was anything to worry about. So I just let the doctors do their job, and they ended up diagnosing me with 2 pulmonary embolisms in my lungs. They're not humongous, but they're also not tiny either. So I'm on blood thinners right now for that.
Well, to me, it was another test of your bravery, and that you went deep within inside yourself. You didn't panic. You stayed focused. You trusted the process. You took right action, and you went to the emergency room, which was really where you needed to be. And that was very smart. So I'm super grateful that you've stabilized and you've just decided to get back up on that proverbial horse and say, let's go.
Yeah. And I want people with, chronic illnesses of any kind or any trauma, if they feel like something's wrong, you get a gut feeling. And if you feel like something's wrong, you need to go to the hospital. And a lot of people, make the mistake of going too late. And so I just want people around to know that if you don't feel good, that you need to go and get medical attention.
That is such great advice, Abby, 100%. When it comes to trauma, art and music, it can heal. We know that personally. We've seen it in other people. As we shared, we had met at the intersection of art and music at Sonic Temple Festival in Columbus, Ohio, with the Daniel Wimmer Presents team. They are Artists for Trauma's music festival partner, and you met some of our team members during that time. You met Haley Wimmer. You met several of our volunteer young ladies, boots on the ground, and our live painter, our team member Eddie Donaldson. And then you made other friends at the booth there that day as well. I'm so thankful for that connection we made and the conversations that we've shared. Let's talk more about your art. Tell us more about your art, Abby.
So I decided that I'm going to do this project. Before they do the second part of my brain surgery, I'm going to paint a picture with my shaky hands. And then after they program my pacemaker for my brain, I'm going to paint the exact same picture, and I want to see the difference between how bad I shake. And I also do resin pieces. I make tons of jewelry, make the homemade charms out of polymer clay in the oven. I mean, I have so many different ways of healing.
I love that. I just love the way you think, Abby. I love your joyful heart and your smart brain. And I think that that's really smart to actually paint something now with your condition, with your shaky hands, as you said, and then use that same painting and sort of watch the progress over time. That's actually really smart, really smart. What I wanted to do was getting to this next opportunity to ask you to share. You have additional way that you express your art, and you shared with us your beautiful first tattoo, your marigolds. And would you mind sharing with us what that means to you?
Yeah, I got my first tattoo, I think in January of 2021. I got it for my grandmother, who had passed away in 2013. She was the light of my life. And she was born in October and she died in October. And October's flower is a marigold. And I thought that would be the best way to honor her, because she is the one who got me into art. She gave me the courage to do art and not be ashamed of it or be afraid of what other people think. So I needed to find some kind of way to honor her.
And you have, Abby. I mean, that is such a beautiful share. Thank you for sharing that with us and sharing your grandmother with us and what the marigolds mean. And I know that you held those marigolds in your grandmother in your heart and soul as you went into the surgery. And I know that she is with you now and always. For those who have strength deep down but have trouble bringing it to their surface, what advice might you have for them, Abby, as they're going through something really significant and serious, illness, surgery, trauma? What are your thoughts?
You know, for a long time, I didn't have the courage and I didn't have the strength. You know, I felt kind of in a shell and sometimes would feel ashamed for having a disability. And being the way that I am. And, you know, one day for me, it was just one day, you know, I woke up and I said, why do I pretend to be somebody I'm not? These people around me that I don't know. It's not fair. I can't be me. I can't spread my wings. My wings were always, you know, closed up. And one day I just spread them. You've got to stop worrying about the other people's opinions.
I think that's something that I'll speak for myself. I know that I've had to learn over my own life. And I think that that's great insight from you, Abby, you know, regarding yourself and regarding other people. And I just think you're an amazing leader in your own life and for your generation. And I would agree with that, you know, to find a way for people to not put the focus on what other people think about themselves, but what they think about themselves, because that is the most important. You have to love yourself. You have to believe in yourself. And there's no right or wrong answers, but just the willingness to go deep in their own self. And I think that that was really wonderful advice, Abbigail. We just want you to know how much we enjoy you, love you, embrace you, and support you. You're not only a new friend, you are now a part of our family, the Artists for Trauma family, and we look forward to supporting you as your recovery evolves over time, and to see you at the next music festival Danny Wimmer presents in Louisville, Kentucky for the Bourbon and Beyond and Louder Than Life.
I really feel like I found my second family here, and I've made so many friends along the way. It is amazing to finally find the people that get you.
We get you, and we're so grateful you get us. We wish you the best, and we look forward to talking to you very soon. Bye, Abby.
Goodbye. Bye.